Hello and welcome to the FSBO Smarts podcast, where we provide you with the best tips and advice for navigating real estate market. I'm your host, Steve Klein, and I'm excited to dive into this topic today of where you're your first time home buyer or whether you're looking to make a move. This podcast is for you. Today we're discussing the crucial question: should I use a real estate agent when buying my next home? We'll explore the pros and cons and give you alternative options and provide some valuable tips to help you make the decision that's in the best interest of your situation. So let's get started. First, let's talk about the real estate agents and what they actually do. Agents are licensed professionals who assist buyers and sellers in real estate market. They help you find and meet the criteria from a wide range of views and provide you valuable insights to the market that you're trying to look at. I know what you're saying. You're saying, well, wait, what's the difference between a real estate agent and a realtor? Well, a realtor is a member of the National Association of Realtors, and they adhere to these strict guidelines. Whereas a real estate agent is still a professional, but the realtors are committed to the highest standard in the real estate agent profession, or realtor profession. Now, let's dive into the pros and the cons of real estate agents. So first of all, the pros. First, they have experience. They have expertise and experience that can be a game changer when you're trying to buy your home. They understand the market and the trends, the neighborhoods, the specific to your location. They may have insights that you might miss on your own. Agents are also that have abilities to list your home with what they call the MLS. It's a multiple listing service. Now, this can give you an edge when finding the perfect home, but it also can help when selling the home. Now, a lot of times the real estate agents will say that this is actually a game changer. I don't know if I totally agree with that, because when we're talking about for sale by owner, we have ability to list in really great online tools these days, like Zillow or even for salebyowner.com. So just keep that in mind. I know we're talking about should we use a real estate agent in the pros and cons. I just wanted to give you this pro because this is what a lot of the real estate agents will tell you is a pro. But I also want to caution you that says, okay, wait a minute, is the MLS really that necessary? There used to be a time where it did. These computers were all interconnected and not everyone was connected to the internet like we are today. So just keep that in mind. And when it comes to negotiation, having a seasoned agent by your side can make a huge difference. They know how to negotiate effectively and patiently and saving you thousands of dollars sometimes. Now, lastly, the paperwork for buying a home involves a lot of legal documents and procedures. An agent can handle these for you, and they can also ensure that it's done correctly and on time. Now, I've also said this many times that sometimes when you're a for sale by owner home seller, you may not have the time to do it yourself, and that's the time when you would want to look to an agent. Now, of course, there are several cons to consider when using an agent, and obviously the one is the commission fees that they charge, which is usually around 6 to 7% of the home sale price, and this could add up especially in a competitive market. Now, there's potential conflict of interest as well. In some cases, an agent might prioritize their commission over the best interests of you. Now, this isn't always the case, but it's sometimes something to be aware of. And lastly, you're dependent on the agent's completion and competence in this situation. If you end up with an inexperienced or less knowledgeable agent, it can really hinder your home buying process. So if you're trying to sell your home for sale by owner and you're not doing any good, the last thing you want to do is enlist the help of a real estate agent that may be less seasoned. You could, if you have a friend or a relative that's learning the ropes and you want to be helpful to them, yeah, by all means, do what's necessary and do what you feel best to do for your situation. But always know that the more experienced the real estate agent is, the better chances you are for selling your home. It's just like when you do for sale by owner. If you do for sale by owner, I always tell people, hey, why don't you give it a shot? It doesn't hurt, and if you don't sell your home, you could always go to a real estate agent later. But this way, if you sell it within a month or two, well, the heck, then you saved all that money and you've saved a lot of headaches in the process. But if you don't sell it within, say, 2 to 3, maybe even 4 months, I give myself usually 6 months, and then I start going, yeah, maybe I should try and get a real estate agent. Thank goodness I haven't had to do that yet. That's a really good thing for me anyway. Again, I'm not against real estate agents per se. It's just that this is, again, we're on the cons section for this. So this is one of the cons. So what if you decide not to use an agent? One option is to contact a listing agent directly. That means that you're dealing with the seller's agent who might be motivated to be closer to the deal, and they're quick to do it because they get more of the commission, and they might be motivated to sell quicker. However, remember that this agent is the primary representative of the seller's interest and not the buyer's interest. Another alternative is to doing it the DIY approach, and this involves your own research, scheduling viewings, and handling negotiations and paperwork yourself. There are plenty of online resources and tools to help you with this. Speaking of that, online tools, many platforms like Zillow, Redfin, and Trulia offer extensive listings and market analysis and data. These can be incredibly helpful if you choose to buy your home with an agent. Now, whether you decide to use an agent or not, here's some tips that you can keep in mind. First, if you're choosing an agent, take time to interview several candidates. Ask about their experience and their knowledge and their local market. How do they plan to help you find the home? These are all questions that you want to ask them just to make sure that they know what they're doing. Now, if you decide to go solo, make sure that you're well prepared. Understand the market, know what you're looking for, and be ready to handle negotiation and paperwork. Lastly, you can consider a hybrid approach. You can do your own research and attend open houses on your own, but also have an agent to handle negotiation and paperwork. This way you get the best of both worlds. So if I had to sum all this up, using an agent has its pros and cons when buying a home. It ultimately depends on your personal situation, your budget, and your comfort level with the home buying process. Now, I know a lot of times that we talk about selling the home, but I wanted to give you these tips to take the time to weigh the options and make sure that you make an informed decision when buying a home. We'd love to hear your experiences and any questions that you might have. Feel free to reach out to us and comment below in the comments below or on social media, or even visit our website, FSBOsmarts.com. That's FSBOsmarts.com. And don't forget to tune in to our next episode where we'll be talking about why I personally have never used a realtor or a real estate agent when I've sold my home. Thanks again for listening to the FSBO Smarts podcast, and we'll see you in the next episode. Happy house hunting.